So, here we go. We are live again. Hi there, everybody. It's great to be with you again. So, hi there to Nad Iman. Thank you. Hi there to Rainyard. Hi there to Slipknot and Bogdan. Hi, Bogdan. And hi there to Ronan. And hi there to Vitali. And to Burb. And to Slipknot, and to Rainyard, and Adam. Oh, I missed you there, Manisco. Hi there to Manisco as well. And hi there to Julia. So, I'm doing fine. So, let's see. Next stream is on Thursday, which will be the 18th of April at 3:30 p.m. UK time. And let's get to it. This is an article about the about mining in the deep oceans. Another wunderbar lesson. I love it. Thank you. I'm looking forward to giving it Slipknot. So I think it is clear that to protect the climate, we need to be restoring, returning, refreshing, refurbishing our oceans, protecting them, not destroying them further by adding new pressures. Oh, okay, so here we go. Restoring, returning, refreshing, refurbishing. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's see. You refurbish a building, or you refurbish a machine. It's to make new again, but by re-equipping. Yeah, refreshing. If you refresh something, what's it refreshing? I guess that would be by putting more water in them. Returning, no. Restoring, very definitely. So, hi Kushi Kushmadi, hi Lionheart, and hi to Adam as well. So, let's see. Restoring for Vitali, Bogdan, for Burb. Restoring for Rainyard and Julia and Adam and Lionheart and Ronan, and for Kushi and for Slipknot. Renovating. Refurbish, remodel. Or remodeling, refurbishing. I think remodeling probably goes further than refurbishing. I think remodeling, maybe you're changing part the design and the architecture as well. Refurbish is just to make new again. Refreshing. No, you can't refresh by refreshing the fauna and the flora. I see what you're trying to say by putting back new things. No, I don't think it works now. Thank you, Sirikful. It's very nice to have you. Yeah. Very definitely. It's very definitely possible to say. Very definitely. You can refurbish your language skills. Very definitely. Absolutely definitely. But notice definitely. That's a good question. Definitely is absolute. This is very definitely true. This is absolutely definitely true. I think absolutely definite. Very definite. It's an interesting one. I think it would work both as a gradable and as an ungradable, Ronan. Okay, so we need to be restoring our oceans. And continue. And it doesn't fit. Cut. Greenpeace supports, maintains, defends, admits it was justified in disrupting the metals company research because it was tick box science by a company with a commercial interest in the outcomes of that research. Revamp. Let's see. I guess if the ocean is totally destroyed, Slipknot, and it's absolutely dead, you might revamp it. But no, it's not so good for it. So Greenpeace supports, maintains, defends, admits it was justified in disrupting the metals company research because it was tick box science. Tick box science is they are doing the science to find the answer that they want. It's like doing a scientific experiment to get the answer that you want to get. Okay, admits it was justified. You admit that you're wrong, but you don't admit. Let's see. Greenpeace is on the other side. The metals company might admit that Greenpeace was justified, but Greenpeace are not going to admit that they're justified. Yeah. So the defendant admits. Okay, so Vitali says maintain, so does Nad and Adam and Burb. No, Burb goes Greenpeace admits. So, Bogdan maintains. Ronan and Manisco admits. Slipknot maintains. Renyard and Julia maintain. Cushy admits. Sorry. Okay, so I admit I was wrong. Let's see, Greenpeace admits it was not justified. Yes, but not that it was justified. I admit that my opposition is correct. So it defends the position that. It claims that. It supports the position that it was justified. But Greenpeace maintains that it was justified. Okay, it maintains the position. Greenpeace admits it was wrong to justify, but not to admit. So Vitali says his Turkish is getting rusty and he's going to have to refurbish it. Greenpeace makes out that they maintain. Hi Patricia, good to have you. Yeah, it's science that you know the result before you even do the investigation. You're told the result to find. Okay, so Greenpeace admits. It's lovely to see you, P. Welcome. And 24 countries, including the UK, have said they support an adjournment, truce, moratorium, downtime on deep sea mining. States it was justified. Yes, very definitely, Bogdan. So, hi ADXR, lovely to have you. So, said they support an adjournment, a truce, a moratorium, a downtime on deep sea mining. Okay, good. That's really nice to hear, ADXR. So, a moratorium for Vitali and Nad, an adjournment for Bogdan, a moratorium for Adam, moratorium for Renyard, a moratorium for Burb and Manisco and Ronan, a moratorium on, moratorium for Slipknot. Okay, a truce is like a temporary peace in a war. Downtime is the time when a machine is not working. I don't know, P. I wish I knew. To adjourn, to put off. But you adjourn, normally you adjourn a meeting. Yeah? The adjournment, let's adjourn this meeting till next week. Yeah, so but I think, can you adjourn anything else apart from a meeting? I would say you only adjourn a meeting. Yeah. Moratorium for Lionheart and Julia. That's good, Slipknot. So, a moratorium, a stop. Hello, Sherwin, lovely to see you. So, a moratorium, stop all of it. My qualifications. I have no qualifications in English whatsoever, ADXR. I have qualifications in chemistry. I have a degree in chemistry, but no, it's nothing to do with English. The only qualifications I have in English are 20 years experience. Or more. And hello, Sibomana. Okay, but Pierre is much easier. Great to have you, Pierre. Moratorium is derived from the Latin morari, meaning to delay. I don't know, Patricia. I think they don't like to notify people too much. So they say licensing must wait until sufficient scientific evidence is available to assess the impact and to draw up, pull up, write out, scribble regulations that protect the deep ocean. Okay, so okay, Adam says put together. Yeah, put together's a good phrasal verb. Okay, so write out. Now I was wondering about this write out. If you have something in your mind and you could write it out on a piece of paper, that is write out. Yeah? You copy, if you listen to the words of a song, you could write them out on a piece of paper. Write out is to write on a piece of paper. I think write out, write down. Write out, to write out in full. To pull up is to stop driving, or to stop moving. The train pulled up at the station. The car pulled up next to the house. Okay, so we've got draw up for Bogdan, for Vitali, for Adam. Draw up for Nad. Draw up for Ronan and for Lionheart. And for Julia. Okay, to scribble is to write or to just draw, make something that's illegible. Draw up for Renyard. Draw up for Cushy as well. Okay, write out. You write out in full. So firstly, write out says that you don't use any abbreviations. Don't write the number 7. Write it out in words. To write down and to write out. Okay, you can write down your thoughts on a piece of paper. Down is on a piece of paper. Out is on a piece of paper as well. Out has the idea of do in full. Or to transcribe. Yeah, well, to write down as well. Write down what you hear. But you write out your poem. You take it from your mind and you write it out. Let's see, I would write down somebody's phone number so that I don't lose it. But I would write out something in full, I would write all of it. So write down has the idea of put on paper so that you don't forget. Write out means to write all of, to include everything within it. So, hi Hassan. Yep, I have an award. It's in some of my videos. I do have a 100k subscriber award. Write out, to write set in full. Yes, yeah, to set in full. That's definitely the idea. So to draw up. Okay, to draw up is to make, to put together. Hey, Manji, lovely to have you. Great to see you, Manji. To draw up, to think about and create. To put together, I need to draw up some rules, to think about and create. To draft would work very nicely, Slipknot. Okay, and a group of British scientists is currently canvassing, surveying, outlining, delving species on the abyssal plain in the eastern Pacific. So a group of British scientists is currently canvassing, surveying, outlining, delving species on the abyssal plain in the eastern Pacific. The abyssal plain is a flat bit. Yes, you could write somebody out of the picture, definitely. They wrote him out of the soap opera because he wasn't very popular. You can write this out. Write somebody out of the competition. Okay, this looks pretty good then. Let's see, to delve. Well, you delve into something, you look into something. The reporter was delving into the dealings of the politician. To outline is to explain generally, to explain the general idea of something. Okay, to make up regulations, invent, to work out. Work out's probably better, but yes, to work out the regulations. I think to draw up is to put in a list, to put together. So we've got surveying for Vitali Bogdan Hassan. Surveying for Renyard, Adam and Manji and Burb. Now goes to delve, normally to delve into. And is delving into, but you're delving into information, is digging into. Sherwin goes for canvassing. Okay, canvassing is normally talks about politics or talks about opinions. So the candidates are canvassing for votes. Yeah, you're canvassing. You're normally trying to get somebody to vote for you, or to canvass to get somebody's opinion. They are canvassing species. It might work canvassing, but no. Surveying is much better. We've got surveying for Ronan, surveying for Lionheart and Julia, and surveying for Quinlin. Hi Quinlin, lovely to have you. So they are surveying. They're surveying species. They're looking at how many different ones there are. And continue. Whoops. Make up regulations. Yes, making up the regulations exactly would suggest that you're making them up as you go along. I know I can do that in the community tab ADXR, but I prefer the votes because it's something that's more open. It lasts longer. And notice the right answer is also posted there, so it works quite nicely. So let's see. Speaking from the research vessel RRS James Cook, Dr. Adrian Glover of the Natural History Museum told the BBC he supported the adjusting legislation, ruling, regulatory process the UN has put in place. Okay, regulatory, concerning rules, concerning regulations, Burb. Okay, the legislation without process, because legislation is there. It's not a process, unfortunately. The adjusting process, no, the ruling process. So we've got regulatory for Quinlin, we've got regulatory for Bogdan. Okay, well done now. Regulatory works very nicely now. Manji goes for regulatory, so does Adam. Yeah, it's talking about the regulations, the things that regulate it. Notice, regulatory for Hassan. Notice, Vitali, legislation is a noun and regulatory is an adjective. Yeah. Okay, so the regulatory process, the legislation process, but the legislation in the US, it's already in place. The regulatory process is a way of doing things. Okay, Julia's gone for regulatory, and so has Renyard. Okay, let's see, the legislation without process. Yeah, Ronan. Okay, regulatory for Lionheart. Good morning, Susanta. Lovely to see you. So, the regulatory process that the UN has in place. Thank you, Susanta. And Human, lovely to have you as well. Okay, let's continue. Okay, but the legislation process is the process of putting legislation in place. If it's a I would say a legislatory process. But the legislation process would be the process of putting laws in place. And I think they've already got the process, the way to do this, the process in place. Because legislation is the law itself. I think I would say the legislatory process. RR. Okay. Huh. That's YouTube for you, though, Patricia. You get everything you don't want, and you don't get what you do want. Okay, so it's a new industry, and we should be agitated, upset, jumpy, concerned, and we should ask difficult questions, Dr. Glover says. So Vitali says concerned, so does Human, so does Nad. So does Bogdan and Renyard. Good morning, Gladys. Lovely to have you. And Manisco says concerned, so does Adam and Ronan and Manji and Quinlin. Jumpy, if you're nervous, you're jumpy. NLP. No. Neuro-linguistic programming. Concerned, and we should. Yes, okay, Burb. Well done. Concerned for Burb and Julia. Here. Okay, good. Well done, Nan. Concern, says Lionheart. Okay, so it's we should be. So if you're agitated, you're very worried. If you're upset, you're crying. If you're jumpy, you're very nervous about something. Every noise. But if you're concerned, you're worried. And that's why concerned is the best word. Because concerned talks about, I'm concerned about this. I'm worried about this. I don't think this is so good. He says research must continue to test, assess, charge, count, levy the risks of mining. Agitated, jumpy, yes. Agitated, jumpy, nervous. I think jumpy is more agitated than just agitated. Okay, so he says research must continue to test, assess, charge, count, levy the risks of mining. Okay, so we've got Vitali goes for assess, so does Burb, so does Adam. Julia goes for assess, and Renyard goes for assess as well. That's a good idea, Now create your own notification. Evaluate. To levy means to put a tax. To levy a tax. Levy means to put a tax, Human. Okay. To levy a charge. To put in place a charge. To charge people. To levy taxes, absolutely, Ronan. So assess for Manji, assess for Lionheart, assess for Nad as well. Okay, you assess risk. To test risk, you actually do it and see how dangerous it is. You don't charge risk, you don't count, but you assess risks. Absolutely, Quinlan. To assess the risks of something, we are assessing the risk of this, and this is what they are doing. They are assessing the risks. What they should do is have a moratorium, assess the risk, and then put in place the legislation. And so I want to finish this one today, and we're almost finished. Whoops. So how do I make this fit? Okay. Okay, to judge. Judge is a good word as well. There's always a risk with these things, and collecting data and collecting evidence is the way to reduce that risk, to assess that risk, to judge that risk. By understanding what it is, and then ultimately to elect an answer, rule a solution, fix a verdict, or make a decision. This is an easy one, isn't it? Okay, this one's not hard at all, and I think no, it's not. There's still another one yet. Okay, so we've got make a decision for Nad. We've got make a decision for Vitali and Bogdan and Human and Julia and Adam and Manji. To make one's mind up. Make up one's mind. You need the up, Adam. To rule out a solution. Okay, exclude a solution. It could be. Make a decision, Lionheart, definitely. Make a decision for Manisco. Arrive at a decision for Adam. Make a decision for Renyard. That's good. Make a decision. And let's go for the next one. I think this is the last or the penultimate. We're almost at the end of it. So make a decision for Renyard and for Hassan. Hammer out a decision, thrash out a decision. The great profit, advantage, value, attraction the world has as it decides how to proceed with mining on the abyssal plain is that regulation is being made before the industry has started, Dr. Glover said. So, the great... Okay, this one's easy as well, isn't it? Advantage for Human and Vitali and Bogdan. An advantage for Nad and Burb and Ronan and Adam and Quinlin and for Manji. The great plus, I like plus, Adam. The great advantage for Renyard, definitely. Let me just check. No, it's not the last one yet. The great upside. Upside's a good word, Adam. The great advantage for Renyard and Hassan and for Julia. Okay, the great advantage. The abyssal plain is a flat, very large, flat place that is the bottom of the ocean. It's the bottom of the deep seas. And it's this big, flat place. And that's the abyssal plain. Okay, the great advantage. Absolutely, it's the advantage. Well, okay, it's either I swear English, is we are as well. It was just a joke to start with. No. Okay, so, and yes, and this is the last one. It's up to the international process, the regulatory process, to assess the evidence critically and ultimately decide whether mining is adequate, acceptable, passable, competent or not. I try all sorts of things, but my cold goes and comes back. I think it's more to do with hay fever at the moment. So we've got some answers. It's up to the international process, the regulatory process, to assess the evidence critically and ultimately decide whether mining is adequate, acceptable, passable, competent or not. Oi, Manu! Manu, encantado que estés. So, Sherwin says adequate. If something is adequate, it's good enough for the job. So, this machine is adequate for our needs. Yeah? If something is adequate, it is good enough to do the job that we need. And Human's gone. And Human and Nad have gone for adequate as well. Your English is adequate to be able to communicate with the people that you want to. So whether mining is adequate is good enough or not. And I think no, we would have to talk about the type of mining is adequate or not. The way they're going to mine. But in this it's saying, should we mine or should we not mine? So Manu goes for adequate as well. Let's see. We've got acceptable for Bogdan and Vitali and Renyard. We've got acceptable for Adam and Manji is tolerable, good Adam. Acceptable for Burb, acceptable for Hassan and Julia, acceptable for Lionheart, acceptable for Ronan as well. Because adequate, this is good enough for what is needed. Yeah, and no, it's whether it's suitable, it's something that we can accept or not, whether mining is acceptable or not. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there for today. So It's great to have you. Next time, Antarctic tourism. We will start on that. So let's see. Let me put this here. Thank you all for coming. And next stream is on Thursday, which is the 18th of April at 3:30 p.m. UK time. Adequate means good enough. Acceptable means that you can accept it. So let's see. Let me put this in capitals. Yes. Okay, so thank you all. It's been lovely having you all. So thank you. It's been great having you again. It's been great being with you. So let's see, yes. So thank you to Adam and Burb, thanks to Bogdan and Lionheart, thank you to Hassan, thank you to Human, thank you to Julia Manisco Manji, lovely to have you. Thank you to Manu and Nad and Renyard and Ronan and Sherwin and Vitali. It's been great having you all, and I hope to see you all on Thursday. So take